All right, let's pull back the curtain on the subtle and, really powerful art of the online sale. Today, we're going to break down exactly how a modern e-commerce site, we're using a home appliance store as our guide here, walks us from just casually browsing all the way to clicking that final buy button. I mean, think about it. Have you ever landed on a product page and just a few minutes later, you're somehow reaching for your credit card? You kind of stop and wonder, wait, what just happened? What made me click add to cart? Well, it's almost never just one thing. It's a carefully orchestrated series of steps designed to persuade you. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We're decoding the art of the online sale, one technique at a time. And trust me, by the end of this, you won't just see a website anymore. You'll see the entire blueprint underneath. So where does it all begin? Well, it starts with this big promise of choice. The very first goal of any good e-commerce site is to make you feel like you've just walked into the one place that has everything you could possibly need. I mean, just look at this list. You've got QLED, Google and Android TVs, T1 and T3 air conditioners, automatic and semi-automatic washing machines. The list goes on. The point here isn't just to show you what they have, it's to create this almost overwhelming feeling of variety. The message your brain gets is, wow, whatever I'm looking for, they've probably got it here. And right on cue, here's the next crucial step. They're not just selling you a machine, they're selling you a whole vision. Upgrade your home, simplify and enhance your everyday life. See that language? It's totally aspirational. It stops being about the nuts and bolts of a dishwasher and starts being about the feeling of a better, simpler, more elegant life. Okay, so they've got your interest. They've dangled this beautiful lifestyle in front of you. What's next? Well, now it's about creating focused desire. This is where they start selling you this high-tech dream, and they often do it using language that sounds, well, incredibly impressive, even if you have no idea what it actually means. And here it is. Feast your eyes on this. A TV is never just a TV. It's a 75-inch Ultra QLED 4K HDR10+ WebOS with metal central base stand. And that's not all. 100% color volume with quantum dot, 400 nits ultra bright display, Dolby Vision plus Atmos. It's a mouthful, isn't it? But here's the thing. That jargon isn't really there to confuse you. It's there to impress you, to give you this immediate sense of, wow, this must be some seriously high-quality, cutting-edge stuff. So let's actually translate some of that, right? 110% color volume, that's not a spec you need to understand. It's a promise, an incredibly vivid picture. 400 nits ultra bright, that just means it's going to look great even if your living room is super sunny. And Dolby Vision plus Atmos, that's your ticket to movie theater quality picture and sound right in your home. See what they're doing? They're turning these complex features into simple, emotional benefits. And then they tie it all up with a bow with a line like this. It's not just a TV anymore. No, it's your all-inclusive portal to endless entertainment. They haven't sold you an object, they've sold you an escape. Okay, so at this point, you're pretty much sold on the product. You want it. But there's this little voice in the back of your head, right? Can you actually trust this company? This is a huge hurdle for any online store, overcoming our natural skepticism. And that's where building trust comes in. And they tackle this head-on, usually with what I call the pillars of service. Here, they're using assurance, commitment, and timeliness. And just listen to the words they use. Unmatched support, a seamless experience, help that's available anytime and anywhere. These aren't random words. They are chosen specifically to quiet all those little anxieties you have as a shopper. What if it breaks? What if I need help? They're answering those questions before you even have a chance to worry about them. But, a company's promises are one thing. Real proof is something else entirely. And this is where they bring out the big guns, social proof. Meet Jessica D. She's not a salesperson. She's a real customer. And when she says the performance is outstanding, that carries so much more weight than anything the company could ever say about itself. Then you get Andrew J. His review is great because it does two jobs at once. First, he says the picture quality is nothing short of stunning, which, hey, validates all that tech jargon we saw earlier. But then he also calls it a stylish addition to your home, which brings us right back to that aspirational lifestyle promise. It's a perfect one-two punch. And to really seal the deal, here's Ahmed, who is absolutely thrilled. Just feel the emotion in that language. Exceeded all my expectations. This isn't just a 5-star rating, it's a passionate endorsement. When you put these three voices together, you get this powerful chorus of happy customers, and that makes a potential buyer feel a whole lot more confident. All right, this is it, the final act. You're interested. You want the product. You trust the company. So, how do they get you to finally make the move? To go from just looking to actually buying? This is the all-important call to action. It really all comes down to one final nudge. After building up all this desire and trust, the goal is to give you a really compelling reason to buy right now, not tomorrow or next week. And the oldest trick in the book for that? Creating a sense of urgency and massive value. And bam, here's how it's done. Look at this refrigerator. You don't just see the sale price of $1,600, you see the old price, $2,250, crossed out right next to it. That visual contrast is so simple, but it's wildly effective. Your brain immediately zeroes in on what you're saving, not what you're spending. And just to make sure you really feel the impact of that deal, they do this. They isolate the exact amount you save, $650. By putting that number all by itself, it becomes the hero of the story. It's a tangible, concrete amount of money that you get to keep in your pocket if you act now. Suddenly, this isn't an expense anymore, it's a smart financial move. But hey, what if you're still on the fence? There's usually one more layer to this. Content. By offering expert tips, things like the best TV for watching movies and sports, or energy-saving tips, they're doing two very smart things. First, they're setting themselves up as an authority, not just a store. And second, they're keeping you on their website, clicking around, which dramatically increases the chance that you'll eventually buy something. So there you have it. We've just walked through the entire journey, from the homepage to the checkout. It starts with that big promise of choice, then moves to creating desire with fancy tech and aspirational language. Then they build trust with service promises and real customer reviews. And finally, they close the deal with a call to action that feels too good to pass up. So now that you know the strategy, are you going to shop any differently?